and reintroduce you because we've had quite a few more people hop on here.
Okay, great. Okay, excellent.
All right. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is Mayan, the founder and owner of German Kitchen Center, CEO. Do I have that right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All of the things. And he is going to be giving us a presentation on Team 7. So Mayan, why don't you take it away?
Thank you very much. Welcome, everyone. Team 7 is a very unique company. They are the undisputed world leader in solid wood products, solid wood cabinetry, actually starting with furniture and kitchens. They're a very unique company and very interesting product in general, but specifically for the Pacific Northwest, I always feel that this is exactly the kind of product in terms of design aesthetic and in terms of the whole company philosophy, because they're very green, it's the best door for indoor air quality. And I do have this presentation. I'll start my screen share. And the thing about Zoom with screen share, videos sometimes get challenging. So if you tell me that it's a problem with the videos, you can't see it that well, let me know and I'll just talk through them. But let's start the first one. It does take a second because I think what Zoom does is that it just streams everything. So it's going to take a minute to load. This is a video that we actually created. It's all, instead of me speaking, you can watch the video. It's only a minute. And I think this is a good one because it really sums up everything that I'm going to share with you in about 45 minutes, condensed to 1 minute, which will follow up after the video. Here you go.
Kitchen cabinets and furniture. All Team 7 products are made exclusively of 100% solid wood. No plywood, no MDF, no particle board. All solid wood. Team 7 owns their own forest and sawmill, which allows them to fully control the entire process. From the very beginning, the wood is first air dried outside for 1 to 2 years, and then dried indoors for another few months. Next, each piece is carefully selected and fabricated to make the components of each furniture piece. All Team 7 products are completely green, without any toxic chemicals, glues, or finishes. It's all 100% natural, making it the best product for indoor air quality. Team 7 is the only manufacturer specializing in kitchen, which also specializes in furniture. If you are considering solid wood, there is no better option. Team 7 is the only manufacturer in the world which combines a real industrialized manufacturing system with handmade real solid wood artwork. And each individual piece is autographed by the person who checked it for quality control.
Okay, so if you can give me kind of thumbs up or some indication that the video went okay, this way I can continue because I borrowed this presentation from...
So we're here at Heritage with John. Heritage is a German manufacturer, right? So again, we're in the category of hardware.
That was my blog. I just continued to my blog. But yeah, please, if you can just give me a thumbs up that the video was okay, I'll continue because there are more videos in this presentation. So hopefully it's okay. Somebody can just text on the screen and let me know. So I borrowed this from Thomas, the Team 7 sales manager. Let me just see what you said on the chat. Yes, it was good. Okay, great. So the thing about solid wood, those of you that have been dealing with kitchens, it's a very big thing for Americans. People love solid wood in the US. And a lot of times people that buy a kitchen or any kind of cabinetry, they're trying to differentiate. They're trying to find out what is it that makes this product different from other products I'm looking at. And then they say, do you have solid wood? And most of the American kitchen industry, most of the showrooms, most of the kitchen designers, they don't tell you, you know, there is no such thing as solid wood. It doesn't make sense. Nobody does solid wood. It's a very tough material to work with. It's very expensive. It's too sensitive to the changes in humidity. It expands and contracts. It could bow. And instead of that, they just say, oh, solid wood, here you go. I'll give you plywood. And the only association between solid wood and plywood is the fact that they both have the word wood in it. but really, as you probably know, plywood is completely different. But that's usually what you get when you ask for solid wood. If you really insist on solid wood, you can work with a custom cabinet maker that will work with solid wood, which to me is the biggest risk you can take, because you're going to be paying a lot of money for an individual to make cabinetry for you. And then what happens if? So that is one of the main reasons why I believe Team 7 is such a great company, because you get the best of both worlds. You get top world handmade craftsmanship, just like it would be made by a guy in a shop. And they're very proud of the whole Austrian rural, made in the village by a real Austrian carpenter kind of thing. Everything is handmade. Everything is actually autographed by the person that made the furniture. That's their level of quality control. And on the other hand, you have an international industrialized manufacturer that stands behind the product. So the whole challenge and risk you're taking with solid wood is alleviated by Team 7 being a real established brand. And I think that's a very, very important thing to consider when looking at solid wood. The other thing that you'll see in this presentation, Team 7 has the ability to do an entire home. And when I'm talking about entire home, I mean not just the kitchen, the cabinetry, of course, vanities and panels and all the millwork. They're actually a furniture company. So you can do everything. And the other thing, going back to what I was saying before in terms of managing the risk, those of you that have been dealing with involved engineering projects, a lot of times you as the designer, you come up with a concept, you have to work with the fabricator, the contractor, and there's a missing component in between. That's the black hole of the industry, which is the technical engineering part. So I don't know, if for example, you're building a home, you want to do some humongous panel, whatever wood detail you're imagining, you're dreaming, you really need engineering behind it to make sure that it works. And that's another thing that you get with Team 7 operating the way that they do. So this is, I'm going to turn down the volume and I'll just talk through it. In these Team 7 videos, they really want to give you the atmosphere of what it would feel like to own a Team 7 product. They're very, very proud of the region. If you ever happen to find yourself in Central Europe, it will be my pleasure to make you a guest at the factory and you'll see it. And they want to illustrate that this is as close as it gets to walking in the forest and smelling the wood. Again, to my point originally, this is a very correct product for the Pacific Northwest. People, as you know, love to be outdoors. And this is as close as it could get to feeling that you're smelling the wood. And of course, there's no toxic chemicals. This is the only factory that I've ever been in that you don't need to wear a mask, and everything is really old world. And here you're seeing how you get the raw piece of lumber that was grown in the Team 7 forest, was milled in the sawmill. Now they're cutting it and they're going to dry it for almost 2 years, 1 year outdoors and a few months indoors. And that is the process. If you ever visit the factory, you're going to see that. It's really almost overkill. When you see it, it almost doesn't make sense compared to other manufacturers that I've seen that just take a piece of plywood or particle board and make a cabinet. What you're seeing now is really how the product is made. That's George, by the way. He's the owner of the company. Great guy, very involved. One thing that also they're trying to show in these videos is the culture and the people. It's one of those things that usually you don't take into consideration when you're buying a product. Usually everything is about how much does it cost and what is the product. But what I've discovered is actually the people behind it, the culture, that is huge. And again, this is how it's made. They're basically making a plywood, a multi-layer plywood out of real solid wood, which is quite amazing. So let me just, actually, I'll continue on just for a little bit, or no, I'm going to skip this video because this one is too long.
And Mayan, we actually have a quick question here, which is quite applicable.
This is the only video in this presentation. So like I said, from the tree that is grown in the forest through their sawmill and through drying it and actually making every single panel in every single box is handmade. So it really is like artwork. They're very, very proud of their product. And Team 7, one of the reasons that they're such a great product, a partner of ours, is because they own their own flagship stores in Europe. So they understand what it means to do what we do with you, to design and sell the product. And they have the ability to take it from the beginning through the end. Started in 1959, like all of our European products, been around for many, many years. And it's interesting, you can count, they actually were 7 guys, and they decided to adapt the name Team 7 in 1965. And this is all that you have. And that's why it's such a green product. You know, there are a lot of statistics about breathing disease, asthma, where if you compare it even to the 70s and 80s, we have 2 or 3 times more breathing disease. And a lot of it is because of what we breathe indoor. So if you have clients that are very aware, again, typical Pacific Northwest, being conscious of quality of life, this is the best product you can have for quality in indoor air quality, because that's all you have. Solid wood, formaldehyde free is like that old white carpenter's glue that I used to work with my grandpa in cabinetry, and natural oil. This stuff does not have any finish, no finish. That's why you're never going to see Team 7 use laminates or lacquers, zero toxics, 100% chemical free. And the oil is very cool. You get an oil kit with it, and you actually do need to oil the product every once in a while, which is very fun. It may dry a little bit, so you rub it with the oil, you connect with it even more. I love doing it even in the showrooms. And actually, the other advantage of it being unfinished, if it scratches, you can actually buff the scratch out and then oil it. So that is also a very cool thing. The thing with Team 7 that I really love, one of the things is that even though they're dealing with old wood craftsmanship and solid wood, which is really very conservative product, they're world-class, cutting edge, ahead of the game in terms of innovations. So you really have the best of both worlds. That's why they win so many product design awards and design awards in general. They always display at all the leading shows, the furniture and kitchen shows in Milan and in Paris. And to do that, you have to be very much ahead of the game. They actually have the best booth of the show in Milan, because they have 2. They have a kitchen booth and a furniture booth. And they were actually a furniture company before they became a kitchen company. They only got into kitchens about 15 years ago. And their main best-selling product are dining tables. So if you're ever in the market for a solid wood dining room table, it's second to none. You're not going to find, and especially extendable, because they have all these special extendable mechanisms. So that is their leading product, and it's amazing. People always ask me how much it costs. So it does start from around 10K for such a table, which of course it's more expensive than a 3 to 5K table, but you get so much more out of it, because it's one of those furniture pieces that is going to stay with you for life, and maybe it's going to stay with your grandkids. Interestingly, I'm actually sitting on a Team 7 chair in a Team 7 table right now. And this is how I sell the experience, because maybe it sounds expensive, but keep in mind that every single meal, every holiday gathering, every time you're hanging out with your friends on a Team 7 table is going to be a memorable experience. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can see the thing turning on my laptop. Seems like it got stuck a little bit here. So I'll let it run. I think it's the videos make it a little bit heavier.
Yeah, Mayan, can you hear me?
Let me see. I may need to stop the screen share and jump to another PowerPoint, but hopefully it will work itself out. Okay, I'm going to try that. Sorry about that. It's fine now. Hopefully. Yes, it is. Okay, so again, back to the company. they're very proud of the way that they're conducting themselves. They always donate and help the community, and they're very, very nice to the team and their employees. And this is actually an interesting example, this panel here, which shows how green they are. This is the bits and pieces that are left over from the cabinetry. So instead of just throwing them away, or in the past they used to sell them for firewood, now they're making these beautiful panels out of them, which is really quite amazing. Here they just walk through their social responsibility and what a great company they are. And they really are great people and great culture, great to work with them. And like I said before, the innovation, even though they're working with solid wood product, they're always, and of course I'll demonstrate that next with the product. So they're always way ahead of the game. And the quality control, so they test the product, but like I said before, every single furniture pieces that comes out of the factory is autographed, which is a very nice personal touch by the person that actually tested it for quality control. This is a quick, let me see how long it is. 1 minute video about quality control. You can see, and again, going back to what I was saying about having a big industrialized manufacturer, that is the advantage of dealing with factories versus dealing with a cabinet maker. We always give the comparison of cars. You know, today you can buy a Mercedes, you can take the specs online from your Mercedes and give it to your local mechanic and say, order everything online, build me a supercar. But people don't do that because they trust Mercedes for having done all the R&D and the safety quality control tests. There you go. This is the autograph that I was talking about. And what I was referring to does not happen in the world of cabinetry a lot of times, because we think, oh, it's simple enough. I can just go and, you know, get the parts and have my cabinet maker build it. But it's not always the case, because there is a lot of risk involved, as you know. And again, this is what guarantees the risk. And these are all the different certificates about why Team 7 is green. And this was all about the factory. Now I'm going to go through the products. So it's the same opening slide. And this is the beauty. Like I said before, you can get Team 7 for your entire home, including furniture for your entire home. So if you fell in love with it, hopefully you have a client that fell in love with it, you can do an all Team 7 home with every single piece of furniture in the home. And we're going to walk through that a little bit here. I'll fast forward a little bit because I think it's the same introduction every time. I'll skip this video. It's too similar to the first one that we're looking at. So here, whoops. Here you see that you can get Team 7 for every single room. And the beauty with Team 7 is that they not only make a great product out of solid wood that looks and feels great, it's very ergonomic. They think everything through at a very logical level. So if you study these entrance hall cabinets and accessories, you will see that they really thought everything through, from where you put the shoes and how you hang everything. And it is very practical. Great living rooms, probably the best living room sets that I've seen, from their coffee tables to these entertainment units that I'm going to show the detail later, how it's all thought out about ventilation and cable management, and even these units which you can install under the stairs, libraries. They do not do upholstery. They have upholstery partners, but again, anything that is wood, they can do. And it's beautiful. Their two most popular woods are, of course, oak and walnut. And these videos, they're just part of the presentation. So I figured that I'll let you watch it because you feel the atmosphere a little bit better than the photos of how these living room sets look like. They have quite a nice variety of coffee tables. And of course, everything is 100% customizable. These things, they are aligned, meaning that if you're buying a table or a certain cabinet, it does come in certain dimensions. You see Cubus is the name of this line. But if you want to, they can make whatever you want. So again, this is Cubus. And as I mentioned before, you're not going to see laminates or lacquers or anything that has toxic chemicals. They only use solid wood, and they do use glass because the glass is a green material. So glass in almost any color. They can do the top or the sides or the fronts in glass, which is very cool. And they also do ceramics. So the Filinio line is actually a line of ceramics. This is what I was talking about. Everything is already thought out for you because these things are like a mesh where you can have the speaker in the back, and then there's ventilation. It's very accessible. The TV can stand up from here, and then you have the cable management. All these little things that become very annoying when you don't think it through, they already thought about it for us. So again, showing in more detail exactly how these entertainment unit work. And you're seeing, of course, walnut with gray glass on top of it. The inside of these units are in oak. Their budget option, their value engineering options is to get the inside in maple instead of matching wood, that it's about 20% less expensive. And of course, like any line, there are a lot of options, a lot of bells and whistles. This is very cool. Again, this to me illustrates the innovative mindset of Team 7. It's called the Lift Coffee Table. So it comes in a couple of sizes, and you can lift it up from a coffee table to a nightstand to a full desk height. So it's very useful. And if you're dealing with small spaces, you know, there's some micro apartment units now in Seattle for a short stay, or if you were going to do a studio in Manhattan, this table can be the only table you need from your desk to the nightstand to the coffee table. And then I'll show you in a second, they have the less expensive manual version of it. And they also came out with this table now electric. And you're seeing the other tables are a variety of coffee table options that they have. So I guess each 1 minute video is just going to show you a better view of these coffee tables. Here you go. This is the lift table. They have these accessories actually. So that tray is a Team 7 accessory. And there you go. Switch from a coffee table to a regular high table. And yes, it is expensive. It's about $4,000, but it serves the need for a number of different tables. So maybe if you factor that in, maybe it's not that bad. And desks, beautiful desk, kind of retro design. Their chairs for their desks as well as for the dining room tables are probably the most stable and comfortable chairs that I've ever used. So again, every single part of the home you're seeing in the back, we'll come back to it, the dining room table. It's the tuck dining room table. And you see the touch where there's the lighting is built in, it pulls out, the accessories in the back. Just really beautiful way to combine engineering and practicality, utilitarian with top craftsmanship. This is really such a beautiful and unique product. And it's one of those things that is a real showpiece. Sometimes we have people that are so in love with the brand and they're dreaming about just having one piece, just to get into a Team 7 mindset. The kitchens, of course, that's the heart of our business. And personally, it's my favorite, the Team 7 kitchens. Of course, we don't sell that many of them because of the cost. Our ingenuity in terms of value engineering is to combine Team 7 with another one of our brand. Our main brand, if you don't know, is Leicht. You can see my background here is a Leicht kitchen. So this is the way that we have handled selling Team 7 kitchens for less expensive, is we would do a Leicht kitchen, maybe just with a few Team 7 cabinets or Team 7 island. And like I said before, everything is customizable, but at the same time, it is a line. So this is the Line line, horizontal grain, oak or walnut. And it could be either with gray glass here or any color glass, or with porcelain. And everything here is Team 7, including this little table here and the stools. The stools are great. We get inquiries sometimes for the stools for restaurants. You can do them in restaurants, but they're not made for commercial use. And here you're seeing how a Team 7 area would look like, with turning the corner with some open shelves, maybe like a little library area, and then a Team 7 table and chairs in the back. The Filinho is their line of porcelain. Again, super innovative, super ahead of the game, just to have porcelain fronts combined with wood. And these are all basically repetitions of oak and walnut. Even though there are a few wood species, oak and walnut are about 90% of the business. Skip through these introductions. And of course, they're beautiful and spotless kitchens, very organized, the European way. But like I said before, if it stains or if it scratches, you can buff out the scratch. Because it's solid wood and because it doesn't have a finish, you get a little kit for buffing out the scratches, and you sand it with the grain direction and you oil it, and it's as if it was never there. Very, very cool thing to do. And again, you're seeing the repetition of great craftsmanship, beautiful product, handmade, with innovation, with all the gadgets and the bells and whistles that come with the most advanced European manufacturers. You see the lighting in the back, you see that rail, the backsplash rail with the accessories, all the accessories in the drawers, which you saw before. And then you're going right to your Team 7 dining room table. Loft style, one of the best sellers. And this is actually a different wood species, hickory. So they have the ability to make a very mountain style country kitchen. Actually, in the US, it doesn't sell that much. It does sell a lot because a lot of their kitchens that they do are in the Alp region, Switzerland, Italy, Austria, of course. But the more popular styles are actually the more modern styles. One of the best things that I found, we get a lot of people that come to us and they say, we want modern, but we don't want it to be cold modern. We don't want it to be that high-techy look modern. We want it to be cozy modern. So this is cozy modern, because nothing is cozier than that solid wood, but it's still modern with the flat fronts. And I guess this is close to the end of the presentation, because we always save the best for last. This to me is really the focus and the highlight of why Team 7 is such an unbelievable company. So they invented this island that could go up and down electronically. It's called the K7. So it's so cool, because just like the lift table, where you can use it for different uses, same thing. Our joke is that it's good for basketball players, because usually the wife is never going to be as tall as the guy. And we have actually had basketball players look at it as an option. Other cases we've had is where the kids cook. So it's great to have the island, which, is always the center of everything in the home, go up and down. Very, very innovative. You can have a sink there. So you would just use flexible piping, or of course a cooktop. And this specific color combination, we have it in a few of our showrooms. I think this is actually the combination that we also have in Seattle. I think it's maybe the best one, the best seller, which is the walnut horizontal with the bronze glass. Definitely a winner. And here, of course, you'll see how you press a button and the island goes up and down. And in my opinion, this is the product for Seattle because you're combining the solid wood design aesthetics with the techs, right? The techies. Because a lot of times with this product, not to generalize, but this is what happens a lot of times. The husband who's more the gadget guy and the techie, they want to go after the gadgets. The wife wants a great looking kitchen. So here you're combining, you're satisfying the aspiration for gadgetry with an awesome product. And of course, the best thing about having a great kitchen is it encourages you to cook more and eat healthier, entertain more, and live better all around. As you know, having a great kitchen is probably the best single improvement to your quality of life. Here you can see the inside of the cabinet, which, like I said, it's almost too good to be true. It's almost overkill. If you see the manufacturing process to make the carcass, the box out of real solid wood and spend so much time, spend actually 80 years to grow the tree in the forest and then use it for a box, it's unbelievable. But again, for those people that appreciate the beauty and love to touch and feel the wood and smell the wood and enjoy the indoor air quality, there's nothing like it. That, like I said, dining room tables is really where the Team 7 forte is. Great, super stylish, showcase level tables with chairs. This is one of the options of the chairs. They also have the swivel chairs, which you've seen in other tables, and you can also get it in a bench. We have this table in our Denver location. So these videos, they're illustrating more of the table. And the cool thing about it is how the table opens. I actually skipped it, but they always use the most advanced mechanism for extending the table. So their guiding principle is that one person can open the table and close it back up with a finger, because again, they're using all these super sophisticated extending mechanisms. And this is the best table, in my opinion, the tack table. I'm gonna, so again, oak and walnut, always the combination. I just think it's the most modern and the coolest table. They're not showing a video of how the tack table opens. This is actually a different kind of table, but you can see what I was talking about earlier, how easy it is and how fast it is to open and close the table. Always a wow piece. This table, you can get a variety of finishes on the sides that will match the chairs. And of course, it will match the sideboard as well. And beds. They make the best beds. Some people that are very sensitive because of breathing disease, they are prescribed a Team 7 bed because they need to breathe very clean air. And they have great beds. I have a Team 7 bed as well. I had a leftover for one of the projects. Beautiful, functional, ergonomic. And I know it may sound too good to be true because I'm saying they have the best product in every category, but it's really true. Best wardrobes, best walk-in closets. You know, a lot of people, they use cedar because they want it to work with the clothing, and you don't want the clothes to absorb all these chemicals. So again, this is as good as it gets with solid wood on the inside. And of course, they have all the gadgetry, all the accessories of modern wardrobes and closets with the lighting and all the different accessories that come along with it. And I think you're not going to see it in this video, but they have an amazing, amazing walk-in closet system. this is this side table that you saw is the lower budget version of the lift coffee table, because you simply move it and it turns from lower table to a bedside table. Like I said, you can see all the different advanced accessories. So also in the world of closets, you're combining the best craftsmanship and product with the most innovative features of wardrobes that you can see. So if you have someone that wants the best of the best in terms of closets and wardrobes, this is what it is. This is back to what I was referring to as the low budget version of the lift table. You see how smart it is? You can just set it this way at a lower height, and then you can stand it up to make it a higher table. They do have these wood blocks, originally started from showcasing it just for showrooms, but people wanted them. So now it's part of the collection. Very, very cool. Oh, here you can see what I was referring to earlier. This is the tuck table. Hopefully you'll see in this video how it opens and closes. And again, oiling, the maintenance kit. So it looks just like that. You get it with every Team 7 product, and you just rub it on. I know it sounds scary. Anything maintenance in the US, people don't like maintenance, but all of Scandinavia, that's what people do. They use solid wood butcher block countertops. There, it was an illustration of how you can buff out scratches. This is a different kind of table, which is also very, very popular. This is just a video showing how you should maintain it. And why even, this is an important one, even if you like countertops, if you end up staining it, this is exactly how you buff it out. You see that they're just buffing out a microscopic layer of the wood, and then you're oiling it, and that's it, it's done. Annual care, recommended once a year to oil it. It really is fun, just smelling the oil and connecting with the wood. And it's a way to just connect with your investment. There's a scuff mark. Very, very important. If you ever happen to do that, you have to sand in the direction of the grain. So of course, everything looks easier in the video, but it really is that easy. I've done it before. In a few minutes, you can be a hero and show the wife, look, I fixed it. It's beautiful, right? And you see, you need to add that layer of finish with the oil. And that's it. I think this part is very important because some people will be scared of having something unfinished. And here they're showing that you can even repair a dent. I wouldn't advise to have your kids play around with a hammer, but it is possible to repair a dent by heating the area with the iron, because what happens, it expands and it lifts. So even a dent. So I'm sure if you end up buying this product, you're not gonna test the durability of it. Don't try to destroy it. But again, scratches, stains, and dents are repairable. And this is another reason why it's a product for life. That was it. I have another few minutes, so I can either open up for questions, or while you're thinking of questions,
Can you hear me okay?
I'm sorry?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Oh, okay, great. I was gonna, we do have some questions in the Q&A, and I was just gonna pop on and read them for you.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you for a second.
Oh, I was gonna, we do have questions in the Q&A, so I was
Oh, okay, sure. Okay, yeah, please.
Do you have anything else you wanted to finish with?
No, I had another few-minute video of a kitchen that we did in the Hamptons.
Well, let's see it.
I can do it kind of fast. Can walk fast. It's just it takes a minute for these videos to load. But I can answer questions while we're looking at it if you want. Multitask here.
So Marcella wanted to know, how long does it take to get a kitchen made?
So if you're asking how long, it's probably not the product for you because it's handmade to order. So the actual production time is 3 to 4 months. And then you need to add 5 to 7 weeks door-to-door shipping from Austria.
Okay. But it's all customs.
1 second, let me just mute it here. So it's the advantage actually with Team 7 is that they're very consistent. They don't have the problem with the logistics of the pandemic. We're getting Team 7 product on a regular basis. They did not delay.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and again, the bronze glass, you can see the pretty big kitchen. They wrapped around the whole area. Oak and bronze glass. Very, very cool kitchen. There was another question?
There is. Well, I guess you kind of answered it. They wanted to know current lead time for cabinetry.
Yeah, so I think as of today, you can still order kitchens that will leave the factory before the factory shutdown. All these European manufacturers, they still live a good life and they close in August, but you can order for the factory shutdown.
Well, that's good to know. So get your order in before August.
That's my general recommendation with what's going on in the world, you know, with supply shortages and logistic challenges, is the best thing you can do is just order, because who knows what will happen. There are a lot of challenges, especially with Seattle, because the port is so congested. Were there other questions? Should I check the Q&A?
Well, my last question would be, if someone's curious or wants to bring a client in, they should know that the German Kitchen Center showroom is open here at the Seattle Design Center. What's the best way to get in contact with your team there?
With Michelle, I can post maybe in the text. I think she's on. Maybe you can post your cell phone or your email, whatever you feel like sharing. If she's on, and, we work by appointment always, but if you want to browse, you can see actually the Team 7 products even through the window. And
Yes.
of course, you're always welcome to come.
Great. And are there any other German Kitchen Center showroom updates that we should know about?
Yes, please. We're adding a bathroom section. So we're going to have bathrooms soon.
We are very excited for that. Oh,
Thank you. You see, we're walking through the inside of the drawers there, which is just cool. And this client specifically, they just added everything, every single Gaggenau appliance you can imagine. So it's just a very cool, you see the videos, it looks like it's from a catalog, but it's nice to know that you do have these kitchens that look just as good, maybe even better, in a real live home.
gorgeous.
Thank you. Full double Gaggenau suite, everything Gaggenau. Okay, I'm sorry if you felt that it was arrogant answer to your question. I was trying to make a joke. I guess the joke didn't work.
Does anybody else have any other questions? I think we're good. That was a fantastic presentation. Probably one of the most beautiful families in those videos.
Yeah, of course, Austrian.
Right. And again, if you have any questions, get in contact with Michelle, the showroom manager at German Kitchen Center. Their contact information is on our website, seattledesigncenter.com. And we thank everybody for tuning in. And Mayan, thank you so much for your time. You are on the East Coast, right?
Yes.
Yes, so we appreciate it, you beaming in from there, and we will see you soon.
All right. Thank you for everything. Have a great
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right. Bye.
Bye.